Well, the point is, Jayalalitha's government always gives a free hand to bureaucracy. It has its flip sides also. When they bungle, Jayalalitha also has to take the blame. And when they do well, Jayalalitha takes the credit. That always happens. But point is, this development, if it is going to be permanent, of breaking between Sashikala family and Jayalalitha, it augurs well for Jayalalitha and the party. Because an average ADMK cadre thinks it is Sashikala family's excesses that always brings down ADMK. And without Sashikala family's excesses, Jayalalitha could be doing better politically. But question is, what can Sashikala family do now politically? They have no political muscle. They can at best.
So you're saying there are no repercussions, no backlash out of this decision, no repercussions. They will lie low, from now on.
The repercussion can be only kind of nuisance value, and they can at best do some legal approver case. So where they turn approvers, that can be an embarrassment for Jayalalitha, but that is going to be suicidal even for the Sashikala family itself, if they turn even approvers. So the question is, they cannot go beyond a point. My own feeling is, Sashikala family will wait for some time and try to patch up, come back to the Poets Garden. That is what they would attempt to do. So what we remain to look at is whether Jayalalitha is going to give up this same compromise or not.
All right,
Jayalalitha also owes the public. Jayalalitha owes the public an explanation. She is dumping somebody who has been with her for 30 years and saying that all of them are now untouchables. So Jayalalitha now has to say why they are being dumped, what antisocial activity did they indulge in, what anti-party activity did they indulge in. So Jayalalitha has to come clean and tell the public why she is doing it.
All right, Shekhar, let me bring in Shekhar here. Shekhar, do you see, the Jayalalitha-Sashikala friendship has weathered many storms in the past. Many people have not really taken too well to their, the closeness between the two. Do you see the possibility of any comeback at all, Sashikala making a comeback to Post Garden?
See, if there is a comeback, then Jayalalitha's credibility will take a big hit. For the first time, she has taken a decision that will have a very positive spin-off on the administration and the party. But even if Sashikala comes back, it's a conditional comeback saying that you will only restrict yourself.
That's going to be difficult because, mind you, everybody, even in the household, we are told from the cook to the driver to the security officers, everybody is being changed.
Yeah. Even if Sashikala comes back under the condition that you will be restricted only to managing the household, the presence of Sashikala in Poets Garden will give her the leverage to present herself as the second in command, as somebody Will
you stick your neck out and say, will she make a comeback or not?
I think this is a final break, and I hope better sense prevails and Jayalalitha sticks to her decision.
All right, we're completely running out of time. Jnani, let me come to you now. Enemies to, as I said, I started off by saying, politics. In politics, there are no permanent friends or enemies. But we've seen that. I mean, there are journalists who are now, with JRTV, who were in fact who had faced criticism, and in fact, they wanted to arrest one of them earlier. Now with JRTV. Also, you had allies like Vaiko, who was imprisoned under POTA for 19 months. And just before elections, I remember covering Vaiko's release. He initially refused to come out on bail. When he came out of the Vellore prison, I remember Vaiko thundering, this is a fascist regime. And a few months down the line, Vaiko standing in Post Garden next to Ms. Jayalalitha saying, this is the finest moment in Tamil Nadu's political history. We've seen the state having a history of political turncoats. So do you, as Shekhar says, do you rule out patching up? Do you rule out an olive branch back again at Post Garden? Will the two leaves become an olive branch? Jnani?
I think this time the olive branch may not come from Jayalalitha. It would come only from Sashikala, because they are going to be the biggest losers in this if Jayalalitha persists. And Jayalalitha could be a gainer in this if she persists with her expulsion.
All right. Thank you very much, Jnani. Thank you, Murari, for joining us, and also GC Shekhar. In a sentence, what will be your headline in your report?
In my report, that Jayalalitha preempts palace coup.
Jayalalitha preempts palace coup. As always, GC Shekhar with his one-liners. Thank you very much. Always a pleasure to have you, Shekhar. That's all the time we have for on this discussion, but stay tuned. Tamil news coming up next with Saudamini.